Hello, I'm Lord Torvaz, and welcome to the 16th vlog. So today I'm going to be reviewing some of the images in the players gallery, and then I'll be going into RuneScape and just talking to the subscribers about a bunch of different issues and such. So the first drawing is very impressive. It's kind of like a new design for rune armor, and a very nice sword, and then kind of a post-apocalyptic background with fire and brimstone and nice jagged mountains. The next image is kind of a clan citadels off in the distance. There's been this kind of perception in the art field that there has to be three different things in an image for your eye to focus on to make it interesting, and this image does not follow that guideline at all. The only interesting thing it has is the rock of the citadel on it. If it had, for example, a series of citadels, like one really up close and one kind of in the middle, and then that back there, would be a much more interesting image. But I still like the image. It'd be nicer in higher resolution though. And here is a very nice drawing of the corporal beast and someone attempting to kill them, and this looks like Dobby from Harry Potter. Next image is kind of an artsy drawing of a Void Knight warrior facing off against the Pest Queen. And that's a Krasi sword, as you can see, the most hated weapon in PvP besides like Claws and AGS. And then the Void Knight deflector. And then this is Calgar, and Calgar is the last boss to encounter in Dungeoneering. And then each of these heroes here, or warriors I guess, are of the highest tier you can get in Dungeoneering. For example, this is Primal, this is Sagittarian, and then that is Celestial. And this is a very cool drawing here, runecrafting cape, and then very nice spiky armor that's not in the game yet. And then a new Armadillo Godsword schematic, kind of. And I think this Armadillo Godsword will be better looking like that because, to be honest, the Godsword is kind of pathetic looking, and all the gods are fighting over it. So you think that something the gods would be fighting over would be a hell of a lot more impressive and better than Chaotix. And then there's a really nice citadel in the background, kind of a little bit cartoony though, but I really like the way they did the Armadillo Godsword, and just with the cape kind of blowing in the breeze. And then next is kind of an artsy drawing like the Void Knight one, and it's just some random runescaper looking off into the distance at some updated trees. And I think this is Lumbridge here, like this might be the cow pen here, and then that's kind of the trail winding away into Lumbridge swamps. And then here's an extremely updated image of, I guess this person's wearing the Ceradom stole and some blue range armor, and then this person here has a quest cape and what looks like Varrock achievement armor, and then this one person is just like a slutty nurse, and then this person's wearing elegant. I don't even want to know what these two people are doing. And this person's wearing rims and just kind of showing off his wealth with a nice shield and cape and stuff. Yeah, and this person's just sitting there chilling with bandos. So that's a pretty cool drawing. But what are these here? Are these like trees? Are they like chopped off wings or something? Is this like a boat up here? I don't know. Hello, I'm Lord Torvaz, and today I am killing Necrials in RuneScape with my Turmoil, my Soul Split, my Chaotix, and my combat potions. So I made a heart-wrenching decision yesterday. I sold my rune hatchet and I upgraded to dragon. I know. It was a very difficult decision, and kind of pained me to upgrade to dragon because dragon hatchets are used by noobs. Basically, like the noob just cuts use for like 100 hours, and they finally have enough money to buy their dragon hatchet. And then they go around and beg, and yet they have a dragon hatchet. So anyways, I'm just killing my Necrials, and I just wanted to say, what kind of videos do you want me to make, subscribers? Like in my vlogs, what do you want me to talk about, and what kind of activities can I do? I don't really want to do PvP, so let's rule that out. But anything else besides PvP, basically. And by PvP, I mean like PvP where I'm staking high amounts. If I'm not staking very much at all, just like rushing someone perhaps, or just killing them in a mini game, then I'm totally fine with that. Because I find minigames lots of fun, so minigame commentaries would be great. I also like talking about random topics, like I did one on bots, I did another vlog on wisdom teeth, etc. So it'll be really cool too for topics, is if you have a topic that you want me to talk about, then you post a comment in the description telling me what kind of topic you want me to talk about. And I'll give my opinion on the topic, and kind of like in a commentary slash guide, kind of depending on my opinion, depending on my feelings towards the issue. So I'm extremely excited for the updates that are coming up, like the level 85 hybrid armor, the skull staves from Shades of Morton, and especially the Mortania graphical updates, because Mortania has lots of lore associated with it, has lots of quests, it has just tons of great content, and I'm really glad that Mortania is finally getting a chance to kind of show off and be itself. Sorry about that there, the window that just popped up. I'm trying out a new screen recorder because Hypercam doesn't work for my new laptop. So I'm just testing out the screen recorder, and what it does is it takes a little while to encode the file after I'm done saving it, or after I'm done recording. So sometimes they pop up, and it's mildly annoying. But anyways, as I was saying, I'm very excited for the updates, and especially temple trekking. What's funny is my previous account that I had is called After25, ages and ages and ages ago, and that account was probably only 25% of the goodness, I guess, of this account. Like, this account is at least 4 times better in terms of stats and just in general XP and quests and just aptitude in the game. And anyways, right before After25 got hacked, what activity I was doing is I was doing temple trekking with Barrow's armor and stuff, and I had lots of fun doing temple trekking. The only bad thing about temple trekking is that the rewards are absolutely horrible right now, but they're going to be upgraded, and there's probably going to be new features added to the game as well in temple trekking, and probably the features will make temple trekking a lot more exciting to play, I guess. Because some of the puzzles in that were really boring. Like, one of them is you have to bring a machete and you need to chop down some reeds by a swamp, and then you need to test the water and find like a safe passageway for the person you're escorting. So anyways, the temple trekking update will be awesome. And I have nothing wrong with the behind the scenes for this month. Like, I was expecting it to be clans, everything. Like, we were releasing trimmed clan capes because you don't have enough clan capes yet. And we're also releasing a second clan camp in your God Wars. And we're doing this and this and this. Oh, and by the way, we're releasing more capes. Oh, and in case you didn't read the BTS, we're releasing even more capes. That's what I was expecting it to be like. But the BTS has actually been surprisingly good, in my opinion. I just hope they do a good job with the quest. So as I was saying, I hope they do a good job with the new quest, Branches of Darkmere. If you read the BTS, you might be interested in checking out the forums quick, because it turns out they have increased some of the stats in the quest, and they've also added an additional requirement, which is 70 mage. So if you read the BTS and you got all your like skilling stats up and stuff, and you think you're going to be all ready for the quest, think again, because it's 70 magic you need as well. Additionally, I hope the quest is a lot better than Salt in the Wound was. Lots of people have criticized that. Again, it popped up. Lots of people have criticized Salt in the Wound for just not making sense at all. Because it's really funny, because the antagonist in that quest, Mother Malem, the giant slug, was supposed to be so powerful that the full might of the Temple Knights could not restrain her, and yet she was killed by a pillar, which someone pushed over and it crushed her. So that the plot was just absolutely horrible in that quest. So hopefully they do a good job of Darkmere and they don't have you like push over a pillar onto Lord Draken. And in the topics of pillars, if you're interested, if you pop over to the forums, I was just in tech support because I had some issues with this new laptop getting acclimatized to software. And you go to, I think, recent game updates. There's a thread called Salt in the Mame, so I'm just gonna search for that quick. It was very funny. It's a bunch of quotes and sayings, I guess, associated about pillars, kind of making fun of Jagex for it. So, Salt in the Mame. And let's search. So I think this is the thread here. More salt in the meme. Yeah, it's a bunch of pillar-related quotes. So these are the different things here. I got that a pillar, bitches love stone pillars. Giant pillar behind Slug Queen in 2 seconds to topple. Challenge accepted. Huge pillar conveniently placed behind a huge monstrosity. Better drink my own. What happens if you throw a stone pillar on another stone pillar? And that's funny. It's like philosopher, and there's what was the stone pillar's power level? It's over 9,000. Killing an undefeatable being with a stone pillar isn't normal, but on math it is. Pillars in my slug citadel? It's more likely than you think. Why you no dodge pillar? I like that one. That one's really good. And it's a trap. No way, it's a pillar. And they just have I'm a fire in my pillar, and they just have tons and tons of quotes on here. You can just scroll through and read those for an hour. They're quite fun to read. And there's a kind of like the official part of the thread where the main author right here, Tharman, posts the comments. Um, and then if you scroll down, you can just read what other people said. And the thread is 72 parts to it. And there's also an original thread. It's called Salt in the Mame. And then the second one is more Salt in the Mame, and that's the one I'm looking at right now. So if you find the original, you can have even more stuff to read for fun. So one thing I mentioned before was that I had Afric 25 in the past, and the one unfortunate thing is that Afric 25 absolutely loved quests to death, and Afric 25 did virtually every single quest in the game. So technically, I deserve like a trimmed quest cape because I've done pretty much every quest twice almost, except for Uber Mega quests like Well Gothic Sleeps and Nomad's Requiem, which is just quests that I've done on this account. And in particular, the Mortania series, I did all those quests already on Afric 25, and I kind of forgot a few of the intricacies of the plot, I guess. And so I redid all those quests in rapid succession, and I redid all the quests in rapid succession. And what I noticed while I went through Innate of the Myrique and Search of the Myrique, Darkness of Hallowbane, and then Legacy of Seergaze, because those are the quests that are requirements in order to do the new branches of Darkmere. And anyways, what I noticed was that the Myrique just seemed so weak and pathetic and like useless pretty much in the quests. Like you think that a bunch of people that are being eaten by like vampires and stuff, and their blood is being drank, and they're being attacked all the time and stuff, and they're like starving and that. You think that the ones that would survive and become like the leaders of the resistance would at least be strong, like they'd be the ones that could that were naturally kind of tough, and there'd be like, and the Myrique would be really tough and battle hardened and kind of like veterans of combat. Like I'm not saying they're gonna be like level 200 or something. I'm just saying they're gonna be a little bit tough and they're gonna be resistant and stuff. Um, but it was pathetic how low level the Myrique are. Like the Myrique got like one hit KO'd pretty much in the first quest, which is just pathetic. And I know they're probably starving and all that, but you just think that the ones that survive and become the leaders of the group, the Myrique, you think that they would be kind of tough and battle hardened. And anyway, one thing I thought was interesting is that one character, Safalan. Um, I'm gonna open up RS Ricky really fast and go to the thread about him because it's pretty interesting what they say. They're speculating that he might be like an Icene vampire hybrid, or he might be human, or he might not be human, pretty much. And there's a very high probability that he's not human. So I think this is how you spell his name, Saflan. I'll type in RS Wiki and just give that one moment to load and go back to RS. So as you can see here, he's dressed in like really nice kind of official clothing, and he has really retarded eyes, and that's probably because the person took a screenshot of him, took it like 4 years ago or something. And anyways, the blue eyes are not what humans have or whatever, and that's kind of a trait of the Icene, and it's been speculated about that. However, others believe that Saflan is actually an Icene, as in Legacy of Seergaze. He single-handedly defeats a pair of Firewatch with a mysterious power blast. And then there was also a moment in the quest where it implied that Baniscula Draken has an interest in him. And Baniscula Draken doesn't look too sexy in this image here, but she probably will once she gets her graphical update and everything. And I think that's a pretty interesting twist that one of the sisters of the prime antagonist is actually almost your friend or whatever, or it's almost like Saflan is a love interest. I think that could make for a very interesting plot. Well, thanks for watching my vlog. Until next time, I'm Lord Torbaz.